Hello friends and welcome back to another video. If you follow my channel since the beginning, you will remember that I ranked the episodes of each season individually, and the last time I've done one of these was in December or November when season 11 ended. So I'm excited to do the same thing with season 12 now. So let's get started. Episode 5 is by far my least favorite episode of season 12. It's the only episode in the season that I don't really like. Okino is a great character and I liked him in this season, but all of the other characters were very childish and annoying. Also, this episode was very boring and slow, as the same thing was happening over and over, and I also didn't like how the ninja got their suits off screen. It was a missed opportunity. This episode could have been amazing, but it was ruined because of how repetitive and frustrating it is. Zen and Pixel were completely out of character. Zen is known to do the impossible for his friends, and now he's playing around while they are trapped in a dangerous place. The 50s detective thing was funny at first, but became annoying in a few minutes. Also, Darius was found way too easily, and it's a result of the season's shorter length. This episode suffers from being super forgettable. It doesn't have anything too memorable or anything that stands out. The fight with the red visors was boring and could have been replaced by something better. Also, Ikino was a bit annoying. Overall, not a bad episode, but very forgettable. This episode was just okay. The rats are very annoying, and I didn't like how they executed the glitch idea. Also, the ninja losing most of their lives in one episode was a terrible decision, and I didn't like how the ninja told Ukino about the game. We got some cool action, but overall, not a very good episode. To be honest, this episode isn't much better than the previous episode, even that it is one of the last episodes of the season. Darius was very good in this episode, and I liked his interactions with Pixel, but I didn't like how Wu was captured by two random street thugs, and Zay getting abused was so annoying. And overall, an okay episode. Now moving from okay to good episodes. I like the action in this episode, but it wasn't by any means the main point of this episode. Instead, it was about introducing us to Prime Empire's origins and the whole backstory for it, and Milton Dyers. This episode raised a lot of theories, like Bob being Unagami or Unagami being an avatar in the game controlled by Dyers. Overall, a good episode. The season premiere. I love how the season jumps right into the plot with the first episode. Because with season 11, all first 4 episodes were random filler, which was frustrating, but I love how season 12 changed that. I like the mechanic on Anagami in this episode, they were awesome, and Jay entering the game was a good scene. Overall, a very good episode. This episode had a lot of older characters coming back for the first time since very old seasons, and the references also made this episode very memorable. The scene at the end was awesome, and the fights were very good. Borg and Soto didn't appear since season 6 and season 7, and it was nice to see them again. This episode was very casual but unique in the same time. The whole dancing thing was new and I liked how it was done. Of course, this episode isn't that important to the season, but it is very enjoyable to watch. After the casual episode 9, episode 10 had a bigger impact on the plot. Racer 7 was introduced here and her story is very unique. Being programmed to lose and breaking that is so awesome and creative. Lloyd was great in this episode, but his avatar really sucked. Episode 11 was all about the race, but has the death of 3 main characters in this season. Kai and Cole's death was unnecessary but okay, but Scott's death was pointless and we really should have seen more of him. However, the race was so enjoyable to watch and Racer 7 winning was a great decision. Now we are moving from good episodes to great ones, and we have episode 16 at 5th place. To be honest, concluding a whole season in 11 minutes is a terrible idea, and they should have given 2 episodes to the ending. I think they should remove another episode and make episodes 15 and 16 Game Over Part 1 and Part 2. But this is still a great episode. Jay was awesome here, and I loved his conversation with Onagami. It was awesome, and I loved how they share a similar story. And Onagami's conversation with Dyers was awesome as well. The action was great, but a lot of characters should have had a conclusion in this episode, like the mechanic and Scott. The second to last episode, the fight between Jay and the Red Visors and Onagami 2 was amazing, and I liked how Jay summoned his dragon. The whole sushi restaurant thing was cool, and it would have been unpredictable if not for the trailers. Sushimi is a very cool character, and I'm a bit disappointed that we didn't see much of him. Overall, an amazing episode. Episode 8 was the real premiere for Onagami's character, and his scenes with Okino in this episode are absolutely amazing, and the best in Ninjago since season 9. The fight with the dragon was so cool, and the whole maze thing was awesome, but Onagami and Okino made this episode an awesome one. This episode was my first 10 out of 10 since Lessons for a Master, and it's crazy to think that Lessons for a Master was episode 93, and this was episode 132. That means almost 40 episodes in between didn't get a 10 out of 10. But this episode is just amazing, a perfect episode. The introduction to the world of Prime Party couldn't be better, and the action was so amazing. Scott was very cool, and the League of Jay was an extremely cool idea. The appearance of Jay in the end was just awesome, and the whole world building was perfect in this episode. And at first place, of course, the masterpiece, episode 12. Lord vs. Harumi is a phenomenal scene, and it is so rewatchable. It perfectly mixes action with emotions, and it was awesome to see Harumi back. Definitely one of the best fights in Ninjago. The platforming level was so amazing and unique, and the references in this episode were awesome with Urjitsu and Harumi. And this episode is extremely rewatchable and enjoyable. I absolutely adored this episode because of how unique and enjoyable it is. Also, Lord's death was done in the best way possible by making Harumi killing him. And this will wrap up my season 12 coverage. Since I returned to YouTube in March, the main focus of my channel was season 12, and most of my videos are about it. And this will be the last video entirely about season 12. I enjoyed covering and watching season 12, and it is a really good season, and I hope you liked my videos about season 12 as well. And that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to tell me in the comments what is your ranking for all of the season 12 episodes. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share it with your friends, and I'll see you next time.